On number 1, we have to write an expression and simplify. If it says ascends, that means it's positive, descends, it's negative. So if she starts at a depth of 25 feet, since that's below the water, it's going to be negative 25 plus 11 minus 14 minus 25. To simplify this, negative 25 plus 11 is negative 14. Negative 14 minus 14 is negative 28. And negative 28 minus 25 is negative 53. So she's negative 53 feet below the water. On number 2, we have to add and subtract money. So if somebody deposits money, they're putting money in. If they withdraw money, they're taking money out. So if we start with 42.76, and then we add 35.24, and then we subtract $11.54, we have to see what our total is after that. 42.76 plus 35.24 is $78, and then we subtract 11.54, and we get 66.46 for our total. On number 3, we have to keep track of Hank and Frank's points during a game. They both start with 0, and then they lose and gain points as the game goes on. So if we look at Hank first, Hank gains 3, and then loses 6, loses 1, gains 2, and that's the end of his points. Frank loses 6, loses 5, gains 9, and then gains 1. So we need to see what their total is and then who would win the game. If we look at Hank's score, the top one, 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. And negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. If we look at Frank's score, negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11. Negative 11 plus 9 is negative 2. And negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So since negative 1 is bigger than negative 2, Frank is your winner. On number 4, we have to see how far Jose, Lindsay, and James walk together, so we have to add the fractions. We have to add 2/5 plus 1 2/3 plus 2 4/5. Now we need a common denominator. 5, 3, and 5 all go into 15 evenly. So we have to multiply this one by 3, which makes this 6. Multiply 3 by 5, which makes this top 10. And 5 times 3, which makes this one 12. So if we add our whole numbers, 1 plus 2 is 3. Add your numerators. 6 plus 10 is 16. 16 plus 12 is 28. And then we just have to simplify. 15 goes into 28 one time, so we're going to add that 1 to the 3 to make that 4. There's 13 left over. So total they walked 4 13/15 miles. Number 5, we have to divide the total number of apples picked by the number of people. So they picked 12 3/4 pounds, and we have to divide it by 7 people. So we're going to do 12 3/4 divided by 7. Now remember, we have to change improper fractions, our mixed numbers, to improper fractions when we divide fractions. So 4 times 12 is 48. 48 plus 3 is 51 over 4. Divided by 7. And remember, we can put the 7 over a 1 to make it a fraction. And then we keep, change, flip, so we're going to keep the first one the same. Change to multiplication. And then we multiply across. So 51 times 1 is 51. 4 times 7 is 28. You can leave your answer like that, or you can change it to a mixed number, which would be 1 and 23 over 28 pounds. So they got almost 2 pounds, but not quite. On number 6, we have to multiply the fractions. We have to multiply the height of each piece of sheet metal times the number of sheets in the stack. So we're going to do 3/8 times 12, and remember we could put a 1 under the 12, and then we just multiply across. 3 times 12 is 36, 8 times 1 is 8, and then we can simplify. 8 goes into 36 4 times, with 4 left over, which equals 4.5. And that's our answer. Number 7 and 8, we have to look at the total of the two players' hands, and we have to find what their scores were. So for Faith, -2 plus 4 equals 2, and then plus 6 equals 8, and then minus 5 is 3. So Faith's score was 3. And then for Cherish, 4 minus 3 is 1, plus 7 is 8, minus 2 is 6. So Cherish's score was 6 to start. Number 8 Skylar says if Faith and Cherish both take away their 3s, let's change that to 4, since they don't both have a 3. Faith's score will be higher than Cherish. So let's look at that first. If we take away their 4s, so for Faith's hand, if we did -2 plus 6, that's 4. 4 minus 5 is -1. If we look at Cherish's and we take away her 4, -3 plus 7 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. So if they took away their 4s, these would be their new scores. And Ariana argues that Faith and Cherish's score will be equal. Are either of them right? In this case, they're both wrong because Cherish's score is higher, but they're not equal. And so that's what you would use to explain.